the English Learning Podcast.
From where you speak and shine. Hey everyone, oh my goodness, welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I am so excited for today's episode. Like genuinely, I have been looking forward to this one all week. I'm Jennifer, and I'm here with my amazing co-host Jake. Jake, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really well, thank you. And honestly, same. I'm genuinely excited for this one. Today feels different. Like this topic is one that I think every single beginner English learner needs to hear. And Jennifer, before we even get into it, can I ask you something?
Oh yes, go ahead.
Do you remember the first time someone asked you to introduce yourself in English? Like completely out of nowhere. Someone just looks at you and says, "Hey, tell me about yourself." And your brain just stops working?
Oh, Jake, do I remember? Okay, so I was at this work event, right? And this woman walks up to me. She is so confident, so put together. And she just goes, "Hi, I don't think we've met. Tell me a little about yourself." And I swear, every single English word I had ever learned just disappeared from my brain. Gone. I just stood there smiling like, I am Jennifer. I like food. It was so embarrassing.
Ha 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 ha. Oh no. Okay, but truly, I have been there. That panic is real. And here's the thing. I think this is honestly one of the most common struggles for beginners learning English. Not grammar, not vocabulary, just talking about yourself. Because it feels so personal and so vulnerable. And when it's in a second language, that is 10 times harder.
Yes, exactly. And that is exactly what today's episode is all about. We are going to teach you how to talk about yourself in English, confidently, naturally, and without freezing up. We are starting from the very basics, so even if you are a complete beginner, you can follow along. And by the end of this episode, you are going to have real sentences, real phrases that you can use immediately.
And we have something really special for you today. A free PDF guide with all of today's phrases, practice exercises, and example conversations. The link is in the description below. Completely free.
And our vocabulary expert, Laura, is joining us later to break down all the key words from today's episode. Yeah, so please stay till the very end. You are going to love it. Okay, let's get into it.
Okay, so before we get into the actual phrases and sentences, I want to talk about why this is so hard in the first place. Because I think a lot of beginners feel like there is something wrong with them. Like everyone else can just walk up and introduce themselves, and why can't I do this simple thing? And I just want to say, there is nothing wrong with you. This is hard for a very specific reason.
Yes, and what is that reason, Jake?
So, when you are learning a new language, and someone asks you to talk about yourself, two things are happening at the same time. First, you are trying to think about what you want to say, and second, you are trying to figure out how to say it in English. That is a lot for your brain to handle at once. It's like trying to drive a car while also reading a map out loud while also someone is asking you questions in the back seat. It's overwhelming.
Oh, that is such a perfect way to describe it. And on top of that, talking about yourself feels personal, like this is you. If you make a grammar mistake when you are talking about the weather, fine. But if you mess up when you are talking about your own life, that feels embarrassing in a completely different way.
Exactly. So what is the solution? It is simple. You prepare. You learn a few key sentences. You practice them until they feel natural. And then when someone asks, your brain does not have to work so hard anymore. The words are already there, ready to go. And that is exactly what we are going to do today, together.
I love that. Okay, so let's start from the very beginning. The most basic introduction. And even if you think you already know this, stay with us. Because we are going to go so much deeper than just hello, my name is.
All right. The most basic introduction. 3 sentences. That is all you need to start. Sentence 1, your name. Sentence 2, where you are from or where you live. Sentence 3, what you do. Let's look at each one. For your name, you say, "Hi, my name is Jake." Or you can say, "Hi, I'm Jake." Both are totally fine. In casual American conversation, people usually say, "I'm Jake," rather than "my name is Jake." It sounds more natural and relaxed.
Oh, that is such a great tip, actually. I remember when I first learned English, I always said, "My name is Jennifer," and it felt very formal, like I was reading from a textbook. And then I heard Americans just saying, "I'm Jennifer," and it felt so much warmer, so much more like a real person talking.
So let me put it all together as an example. You ready? Here we go. Hi, I'm Jake. I'm originally from Texas, but I live in California now. I work in education. That's it. 3 sentences. Smooth, natural, easy. And from there, the conversation can go anywhere.
Okay, I want everyone listening to pause right now. Seriously, pause the episode if you need to, and practice those 3 sentences for yourself. Your name, where you are from, what you do. Say it out loud. Even if you are alone in your room right now, say it out loud. Because speaking out loud is how your mouth gets comfortable with the words. Trust me on this one.
Okay, so we've got the basics down. Now let's go a little deeper, because once you say those 3 sentences, people will almost always want to know more. And the most common follow-up questions you'll get are, what do you like to do? Do you have family here? How long have you been in the US? So let's talk about how to answer those.
Yes, let's start with hobbies and interests, because this is where introductions get fun. For this, you say, "In my free time, I love hiking," or "I'm really into cooking," or "I enjoy reading, especially mystery novels." And here is a little tip. Try to add one small detail. Instead of just saying "I like music," say "I love music, especially live concerts." That one extra detail makes you sound so much more interesting and so much more like a real person.
Ooh, I love that tip so much. It is so true. One little detail completely changes everything. Now for talking about your family, you say something like, "I have a big family back home. There are 6 of us." Or, "It's just me and my sister. We are really close." Or, "I live with my parents right now. We moved here together." Whatever is true for you, Americans really respond warmly to family stories. It builds connections so fast.
Oh, yes. And then, "How long have you been here?" Or "Why did you come to the US?" For this, you say, "I moved here 2 years ago for school." Or, "I came here because of work. My company transferred me." Or, "I have always dreamed of living in America and I finally made it happen." Whatever your story is, say it with a little bit of emotion, because your story is unique. Your journey is unique, and people genuinely want to hear it.
And then, one more thing you will almost always be asked. What are your goals? Where do you see yourself going? And for this, you can say, "My goal is to become fluent in English so I can grow in my career." Or, "I want to build a life here and eventually become a citizen." Or even just, "Right now I'm focused on learning English and meeting new people." All of those are perfect answers.
And honestly, Jake, I think one of the most powerful things a beginner can say is, "I'm still learning English and I'm really enjoying the journey." Because you know what? People respect that so much. It shows confidence. It shows honesty. And it immediately makes the other person want to help you. I have seen it happen so many times.
Okay, let's talk about some really common mistakes beginners make when introducing themselves. And please, 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 do not feel bad if you do these.
Same. Okay, mistake number 1. Memorizing one long introduction and then freezing up when someone asks a follow-up question. I am so guilty of this. I would rehearse this perfect little speech, deliver it perfectly, and then the moment someone said, "Oh, interesting. So do you have family here?" Completely blank. Because I had only prepared the speech, not the conversation.
Oh yes, that is such a classic one. The fix. Practice answers to follow-up questions, not just your opening. Mistake number 2. Apologizing too much for your English. I see this all the time, and I completely understand why people do it. But when you say, sorry, my English is not good before every sentence, it actually makes the conversation more uncomfortable, not less. The other person does not know what to say to that. Instead, just smile and keep talking. Your effort speaks louder than your mistakes.
That one is so real. And mistake number 3, trying to say everything at once. Some beginners feel like they have to give their entire life story in the first introduction, and it becomes this long, rushed, hard-to-follow thing. No. Keep it simple. Keep it short. Let the other person be curious. Let them ask questions. That is how a real, flowing, wonderful conversation happens.
Perfectly said. Simple, short, confident, and curious. Ask about them too, because the best conversations are always a two-way street. Okay, before we get to Laura's vocabulary section, let's do a quick listener challenge.
Okay, here's your challenge for today, and I am so excited about this one. Right now, I want you to write a short introduction about yourself in English. Just 3 to 5 sentences. Your name, where you are from, what you do, one thing you love, and one goal you have. That is all. 5 sentences. You can do this.
And then, post it in the comments? Seriously, drop your English introduction right in the comments below this video. We read every single comment and we will respond to yours. This is your chance to practice in a real, safe, supportive space. And watching other people share their introductions, that is honestly one of the most encouraging things you will ever see.
You are not alone in this. Every single person in our community is learning, growing, and making mistakes. And that is beautiful. Now, let's go to Laura's vocabulary section because she has some absolute gems for you today.
And now, the section you have all been waiting for. Laura's vocabulary breakdown. Laura, it is all yours.
Yay! Hi everyone! Oh my goodness, I loved this episode so much. Okay, I have 6 words and phrases from today's conversation, and every single one of them is something you will use when talking about yourself in real life. Let's get into it. Word 1, originally. What it means, used to say where you come from, even if you now live somewhere else. Hear it naturally. I'm originally from Brazil, but I've been living in Chicago for 3 years now. Now you try. I'm originally from blank, but now I live in blank. Laura's tip. Americans use this word all the time in introductions. When you say originally, you immediately sound more fluent and more natural. It tells a mini story about your life in just one word. Word 2. I'm really into. What it means. A very natural American way to say I love or I'm very interested in something. Hear it naturally. Oh, I'm really into photography right now. I take my camera everywhere I go. Now you try. I'm really into blank right now. Laura's tip. This phrase is everywhere in American casual conversation. If you use it, people will immediately feel like they are talking to someone who really knows English. It sounds so natural and so relaxed. Word 3. Currently. What it means. Right now, at this moment in your life. Used to describe what you're doing at the present time. Hear it naturally. I'm currently studying English and also working part-time at a coffee shop. Now you try. I'm currently and my goal is to blank. Laura's tip. Using currently makes you sound very professional and polished. It is especially useful in job interviews, meetings, and any formal introduction. It shows you are organized and self-aware. Word 4. Passionate about. What it means. To feel very strongly and deeply excited about something. More than just liking it, you really, truly love it. Hear it naturally. I'm incredibly passionate about helping other people learn English. It genuinely makes me so happy. Now you try. I am really passionate about blank because blank. Laura's tip. This word is a game changer in introductions. When you say, I am passionate about something, People lean in. They want to know more. It shows you are a person with depth and real interests. Americans use it a lot in job interviews and personal conversations. Word 5. Background. What it means. Your personal history, where you come from, your education, your experiences, your culture. Hear it naturally. My background is in engineering, but I have always loved art on the side. Now you try. My background is in blank, but right now I am focusing on blank. Here's the tip. You will hear, "What is your background?" constantly in professional and academic settings in the US. It is a very respectful way of asking about your history and experience. Knowing how to answer this naturally will take you very far. Word 6. Nice to meet you, and how to respond. What it means. A warm, friendly phrase said at the end of an introduction to show you are happy to have met this person. Hear it naturally. It is so nice to meet you. I feel like we have a lot in common already. How to respond. You can say, "You too," or "Likewise," or "So nice to meet you as well." All three are perfect. Laura's tip. So many beginners freeze up when someone says, "Nice to meet you," because they do not know how to respond. Now you do. "You too" is the most natural and most common response in American English. Short, warm, perfect. Okay, 6 words, 6 phrases, and every single one of them is going to make your introductions sound so much more natural and so much more confident. Here's what I want you to do. Take 2 of these words tonight and use them in your own introduction. Say it out loud. Record yourself if you are brave enough. Because hearing yourself speak is one of the fastest ways to improve. You've got this. Back to you, Jennifer and Jake.
Oh, Laura, thank you so much. Those words are absolutely perfect for today's topic. And to everyone who made it all the way to the end, wow. Genuinely, wow. You showed up, you stayed, you learned. That is not something everyone does. That tells me something really special about you.
I want to say something from the heart here. Learning to talk about yourself in a new language, that is one of the bravest things you can do. Because you are not just learning words, you are learning to share who you are with the world in a whole new way. And that takes courage. Real courage. And you should be so proud of yourself for doing that.
Aw, Jake, yes, perfectly said. And I want you to remember this. Every expert English speaker you hear right now, they were once exactly where you are. Nervous, unsure, making mistakes. The only difference is they kept going. And you are going to keep going too. I really believe that.
Don't forget to grab the free PDF in the description. It has all of today's phrases and exercises in one place. And please drop your introduction in the comments. We genuinely cannot wait to read them. Subscribe if you haven't already so you never miss an episode. And share this with someone who needs it. Maybe a friend who is also learning English. Give them this gift today.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep speaking, and remember, every single conversation you have in English, no matter how small, no matter how imperfect, it is building something. It is building the confident English speaker you are becoming. We are so proud of you.
See you in the next episode. Take care, everyone, and go introduce yourself to someone today. Bye.